But with now everybody cakap pasal industrial 4.0, macam mana kesan dia dekat kereta ni? Adakah kita akan nampak apakah perubahan, apa yang kesan akan jadi dekat kereta ni, industri kereta?
Yeah, it's all about collaboration and technology sekarang ni lah, and speed. So the car industry will need to keep up with that to be able to build better designs or more cars. Tapi sebenarnya it goes beyond industry 4.0, because now it comes to the market wants, market needs.
Yes.
Lebih daripada tu sebenarnya.
Right.
Because what is the point? Apa fungsinya? Apa tujuannya kita buat banyak-banyak kereta produk, tapi sebenarnya customer tak nak memiliki produk tersebut. And also this phenomenon whereby people want instant gratification. Dia nak kalau dia nak drive out of town, dia nak SUV. Dalam bandar dia nak kereta kecil. Yeah. So it's about customizing to the customer needs. So the way I see it is that the industry cannot just manufacture in volume dah.
Right.
They need to actually understand the market,
Right.
and offer services
Right.
now to the customer in order to innovate and stay relevant.
Right.
So the business model of the car industry needs to change.
Right. Right.
That's my personal opinion. Case in point, ride sharing getting more popular.
Adakah high volume manufacturing dah sampai penghujungnya dah?
For the auto industry and car industry, in my opinion, it's not a question of what if, it's a question of when.
Right.
That they will need to drastically change their business model to stay relevant. I mean, even Proton is looking at this this moment. Mass production buat masa dekat ni, yes, it will continue, because car industry is a volume game.
For now lah, because of the need for mass production lah.
Yes.
Kan?
Yeah.
So kalau if the production system drastically changes, then that could be a whole different thing lah kan.
Correct. Yeah. With the advent of 3D printing macam tadi, yeah.
Yes.
Things could change and become more customizable. People want what they want. Quite simply put kan. Jadi benda tu lah yang akan berubah. Services industry memang akan jadi lebih common kepada kita, and that will change the industry for sure. I think consolidation is inevitable. Memang akan terjadi lah, yang mana industry players ni akan makin sikit, tapi yang akan ada the mega players. And dewan ni lah yang akan control most of the business, if you can say that lah. And then dia akan ada ramai pemain-pemain kecil lagi ni yang support the mega players. So I think it's a similar thing that's happening kepada tadi, yang sebagai contohnya yang media industry itulah. Purely because people want things fast. And everybody wants things customized as well.
Right. But you, in terms of kereta pandu sendiri ni, autonomous cars macam mana?
Okay. To me, autonomous cars again is making its way, albeit slowly. It's coming lah. Teknologi itu memang ramai big players tengah develop sekarang ni. But it will still take time. Why? Because of the topology of where you want to implement it. It's not as easy as buat kereta tu jual. Dia banyak perkara-perkara lain di sekeliling yang diperlukan untuk benda tu berjaya. For example, mapping technology, satellite positioning, dan the ability to charge kalau dia elektrik lah.
So you're not a fan of Elon Musk, I take it?
No, I like his attitude. Suka sangat dengan dia punya cara, presence dia. Cuma I think untuk dia berjaya tu mungkin akan ambil masa yang lama sikit lah. It's just that I believe that it will not happen dalam masa terdekat. Mungkin kita kena bagi masa lebih sikit kepada dia.
Tapi banyak kaki kereta dia kata tak best.
Oh ya, yeah. Sebagai seorang pemandu, itu perspektif yang berbeza lah. Yang mana saya ni suka memandu. Yes, ada experience dia. So definitely kita macam skeptical sikit lah pasal autonomous car ni. Tapi ada juga yang masa time kita start dalam traffic jam, terfikir juga kalau lah boleh kereta ni drive sendiri, boleh lah kita tidur sekejap. You see? So it's human nature lah, kita nak yang terbaik setiap masa.
Right. Tapi bila kereta tu dah jadi macam autonomous kan, adakah you rasa kita akan rasa kurang not as passionate about cars? Kita tak feel so attached to the car because you tak drive.
Yeah, probably it become like a tool saja. I think to designers mungkin tak, because designers ni, that's why we call designers and not just stylists. Ramai orang tanya.
Okay, apa beza dia?
Because we used to be called stylists because kita hanya membuat sesuatu benda itu untuk mencantikkan dia.
Okay.
Designers ni, we solve problems.
Right.
We create solutions.
Right.
So even in the situation macam tadi,
self-driving cars,
autonomous cars ni mungkin nampak macam membosankan ke, ataupun mengurangkan minat kita. Mungkin as a designer ni dia akan nampak macam mana nak solve that problem, macam mana nak buat autonomous cars.
What would that problem be then kalau kereta tu dah self-driving?
Definitely interior
lah kan,
interior yang memang lain sangat daripada apa kita biasa lah. Benda macam gear knob ni mungkin dah tak ada. Semua pakai rotary. Mungkin instead of steering kita guna joystick.
Right.
We don't know yet kan. So these are the problems yang kita kena resolve. Because it has an impact to the driver or passenger experience. Ultimately, that's all what it's about, isn't it? It's not just about getting you from A to B. Kalau the passenger or the occupant experience tu tak menyelah, tak positif, definitely it's not a positive business model kan. So these are the things that kita kena resolve.
How long do you think before autonomous cars jadi normal? 10 tahun? 20 tahun?
Maybe in about 10 years.
How much lead time do you need to start thinking about macam mana rupanya benda ni nak kena buat ni?
To us, we develop cars very rapidly sekarang ni because of the available technology yang kita ada. I think anything between about 2-3 years, we have to start thinking of realizing it already.
Okay, that's just the actual design process lah. But before that, you probably need to sit down and think about like the whole philosophy behind
the concept.
The concepts.
Yeah, of course. It's the
front. What the concept mean?
The front loading part yang sepatutnya kita spend masa yang lama. So say you spend 1 year researching, doing benchmarking and projecting the future. That still gives you, if you add another 2.5 years to produce it or something, it's less than 5 years still.
Right.
So that's where I think that if we start now and you have the resources, memang kita boleh come up with something lah.
So nak go back to you personally pula.
Yeah.
So kita hari ni naik kereta Proton Suprema kan?
Yeah, that's Suprema.
And this is your handiwork lah kan?
Yes.
So you are among the few Malaysians, I don't know berapa orang yang ada dekat dia punya team tu yang in a rare position of sitting inside something that you designed.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
So how does that feel?
Well, to be honest, kita sebenarnya tak adalah fikir selalu sangat pasal benda tu. Sebab the thing with being a car designer is that kita buat benda tu 5 tahun atau beberapa tahun yang sebelumnya.
Okay, so everybody says, if you are engineer ke designer ke, there's always something that you want to improve, but there's always a deadline, right?
Betul.
So the reason I ask is that, okay, you tengok dashboard kita ni, mesti ada benda yang you rasa, I just wish they just given me 1 more extra week to fix. What is it?
Yeah, sometimes we do feel that.
Ada tak anything in particular right now.
Okay.
Is that red colour could be different ke?
For me, I think for the Suprema, which is a Preve also,
Uh-huh.
is actually quite simple lah. I wish we have been given more time or more flexibility in terms of design creativity for the meter.
Okay.
If
That's a big one.
Yeah, and you see it every day. Sometimes you do feel, kalau lah boleh font tu besar sikit, lagi senang sikit nak nampak.
Right.
Because actually that is something I noticed personally. When I look at this meter combi, I wish we would be more 3D. Yeah, and I wish it would have a bigger screen
Right.
on it. Yeah.
Multi information display itu lah.
Yes,
Okay.
and higher resolution.
Alright.
Yeah. And then maybe to a certain extent, I wish I would have changed that font.
Right.
Tapi ada sebab lah kenapa jadi macam tu.
Alright. So how annoying is that to you?
It's not annoying because what we have is already practical.
Right.
In design, we always want things to be all the more better. Dia macam rim lah.
Right.
Kan? You letak rim 16 inci dekat kereta ni. Kalau ikut design, dia nak 17 inci. Nampak besar, gap lagi kecil.
Yeah.
Tapi dua-dua boleh membawa kereta tu daripada point A ke point B pun.
Right.
In fact, the smaller wheel is even more fuel efficient.
Yeah.
So it's not
It's not one thing lah.
yeah, it's not like super annoying. Jadi kita
It's a compromise you dah terima lah kira ni.
kita it's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You need to sell the car. Jadi kita mestilah ada position yang kita boleh compromise. You
How often
cannot
does that conflict arise?
every day. Every single day, and how I face it is very simple. And I tell my team benda yang sama. You cannot win every battle, but you can win the war.
So most of the business punya decision tu is based on what?
Well, the customer needs and wants tu memang priority nombor satu. Even above cost sebenarnya. Yang tu number one. Kita akan consider tu dulu. But then again, there is always a part of us yang tahu the customer doesn't always know what they want.
Exactly.
Macam dari segi reka bentuk korporat suatu syarikat kan. Who owns that? The company owns. You dictate how you want the company to look,
Right.
and how it conveys to the customer kan.
Right.
If you do a survey on that, dia to me tak berapa betul lah, because you are molding something that you want to nurture and grow based on someone else's opinion.
Right.
So the survey ni kita kena take with a pinch of salt. It's hard to say. It can be 80%. Sometimes it is as low as 50%. Very easily, I can tell you, the car that caught my attention when I was very young was the Toyota Serra.
Okay, that
Yeah.
funny gull-wing thing.
It is.
Why?
It is amazing for its time.
Right.
It's like a concept car
Right.
that made it to mass production.
So the surprise that how did they make it? How did that come out?
Exactly. It was so different. I mean, it came out at a time when wedge, angular designs was the norm, and suddenly you have this egg-shaped thing. Had doors which opened up like gull wing, which you only see in the supercars, kan? And yet this two-seater, you could own it. So I thought that was an amazing piece of design and execution. First car I bought. Now, I don't think I can answer.
Okay, fine. So why did you buy that car and not buy like a second-hand car that's a bit more interesting or?
Yeah, well, when it comes to the first car you buy, it's usually because of practicality,
Right.
and in terms of either usage or even cost, because you're just starting out.
Right.
Masa tu tak nak lah minta duit daripada mak bapak dah.
But you could have found a more interesting second-hand car.
You could, but kita tak nak burdened by the complexities of second-hand kadang-kadang, issues. Yeah.
Right.
So I guess my first car was just based on cost, really.
Right.
I always love the work and passion of Philip Stark.
Philip Starr.
Yeah, he's a designer, but he's a designer of everything.
Right.
He has done toothpicks, and he has done an entire building.
Right.
Well, some of his designs are not beautiful, but they are so unique. And if you delve into them, then you start to understand. So that's where my admiration comes into it. It's not just design for design's sake.
Right.
It actually has a lot of meaning in it. And I think design needs meaning.
Right.
But I like his chair.
Okay.
It's
Which
it's
one?
called King Louis.
Okay. Maybe.
Yeah, I think a lot of people know it's a transparent chair.
Right.
That's so smart. You have the structure minus the volume.
Right.
Whether it's visible volume or physical volume. Tapi why did anyone think about that
Right.
before this, isn't it? So he successfully used modern processors
Right.
to create classics.
Right.
Smart.
Okay.
Second is, I would say, Hijaz Kasturi,
Hijaz Kasturi.
which is a very prominent Malaysian architect. I've had the honor untuk berjumpa beliau dulu. In fact, I did my practical training dekat office yang satu floor dengan Hijaz Kasturi Associates dulu lah.
Right.
And I admire his way of execution, architecture for the tropics, architecture for Malaysia.
Right.
It's very local.
Right.
Cara dia buat. So that's very interesting.
Hijaz punya favourite?
I have to say it's the upside down Mahkamah Syariah di Kuching, Sarawak. I don't know if you've seen it, tapi kalau you tengok daripada jauh, dia ibarat piramid yang terbalik.
Right. Oh.
So in other words, base dia lagi kecil daripada the top floor.
Right.
Very smart.
Okay, I must go look that one up.
I truly admire in terms of car design, because obviously you do cars. The flair of Patrick Lekimore, who was previously the head of design for Renault.
Okay.
Yeah, he's retired,
Right.
by the way. He's a very unusual guy. I mean, I think that's intrinsically French lah. Kan? His design, you either hate it or you like it lah.
Right.
Renault design. But it is because of him that he managed to push the boundaries. You understand lah? Dia tak buat kereta tu just to please people all the time. No, he broke boundaries. Especially in like interiors. You look at the interiors. I mean, there are like French boutiques, man. Dalam kereta. Especially dari segi pemilihan texture, pemilihan fabric, upholstery. Memang menarik sekali lah.
Which one your favourite of his then? Say interior lain, exterior. If you can choose the one favourite interior or favourite exterior.
Well, Satis ni exterior maybe.
Right.
For its uniqueness, or the proportion wise, it's a bit funny and quirky. But yeah, it is something different lah.
5 favourite classic cars.
Okay. Hopefully there are classics, but definitely one of the top I have in my head is the Carroll Shelby Cobra.
Right.
It's an American classic car, usually biasanya in blue color and with the white stripe across the center. I think it's really nice emotive forms for this car. The Ferrari Dino, if that's a classic, I think it is. The Dino is it was very different for its age. It signaled, I think, the interest back into what Ferrari is today. The Ferrari Dino is definitely up there. Okay, the other one is the 911.
Okay.
The old 911, yeah.
The old 911.
The original 911s. classic shape, soft yet very dynamic. It looks like it's about to like just move all the time, you know, the 911. And that is the formula that they carry until today.
Right.
Yeah, you ubah sikit and still retain that shape. So the 911.
But thank God not everybody design cars like Porsches, kan? Otherwise they all look like cars from the 1950s, slowly evolving. Oh my God.
Yeah. But I guess they had the winning formula. The Mini.
The Mini.
Yes. And I'm not talking about the Minis of today.
Right. The original Isigonis Mini.
Isigonis Mini. Or just generalize the older Minis.
Right.
And even up to Mini 1.
Right.
I know Mini 1 is not a classic, but you talk about the progression of design. It's just one of those cars that you think, how on earth did they make it work and be such a classic? You know, just that tire at the corner configuration. You sit literally almost like a go-kart on the ground, and yet it's a joy to drive.
Right.
You know, and they managed to do it up to, I think, to the Mini 1, and after that it kind of grew, and it's just to me it's just not Mini anymore. The Lot 7. I would love to have that. I mean, so that kind of car, you know, you just can't have it anymore unless you just using it for a track, kan?
Yeah.
Jadi, I would love to have one. Even if it's just for track days, you know. Tapi sekarang ni nak justify susah lah, kan? A lot of people discount the importance of design to cars.
Why would you say that?
In principle, dari segi prinsip dia, mungkin dia kata sebaliknya. Dia kata benda tu penting, tapi dari segi execution.
When you say most people, you mean people out there, the public, or within car companies? Because if you look at it, let's say you have two cars, dua kereta, same features, same price. One is prettier than the other. The prettier will sell. People may not be able to articulate the importance of design, tapi their actions clearly indicate that, you know, whatever is prettier will win.
Yeah, you have a point actually. Okay, let's approach this dari segi pembuatan kereta. Yeah, I think I'd like to look at it from that standpoint lah. Biasanya dari segi business, kita selalu tengok dollars and cents saja, the figures. Tapi kita lupa yang sewaktu orang nak membeli kereta tersebut, like you said just now lah, if it doesn't appeal to them, kalau mereka tak tertarik pada kereta tu, dia tak akan beli.
Betul.
You know, so that concept sounds easy, tapi in execution tu sebenarnya agak mencabar jugalah. Why? Sebab reka bentuk ni ada suatu yang intangible.
Right. Dia
tak ada formula 1+1 adalah 2. Jadi dia senang dibahas, di challenge dan sebagainya. So I think that needs to change. So if any last word, I would say that needs to change.
So when it's not designed, would it be just engineered then? What does that mean?
That means you will probably have a failed product. If you just engineer sahaja sesuatu benda tu.
Because here is before maybe the 1970s or 60s, car companies were just engineers. There were no designers, right? They were just engineers. They just drew the cars to a spec, and that was it. You know. And famously, Mercedes-Benz also never had any proper designer until Bruno Sacco lah. And Bruno Sacco is so recent, you know. It's like it's 3 guys before the current guy, and he was like the first proper designer. And somehow, those cars are classic.
Yeah.
So is there maybe if the form follows function is something that can work, even if you just design purely for form, purely for function.
Nah, I think masa dah berubah. Masa dah beredar dan cita rasa dah berubah seiring. Yeah. So I think in today's day and age agak payahlah kalau kita nak jual sesuatu produk tu hanya dengan fungsi dia. I think that's where the design bit comes in lah. Memang kita kena ada reka bentuk. Basic reka bentuk dekat situ lah. I mean, you look at
Apple. Let's look at Apple.
Yeah.
iPhone. That is nothing but the screen and the one button.
Today is all about minimalism, you know, simple lines. Sebab tu dia dapat macam mudah. Tapi the amount of detail that goes into it is amazing. Yeah. It's about minimizing, letting go of all the excess. Yeah. Just using what is necessary, or having what is necessary. That is the iPhone. And the ecosystem makes it work. Yeah.
Is that finally actually what design should be? Form follows function. You don't agree with that.
Debatable.
You don't agree with that. I know you don't agree with that. You're not form follow function.
Debatable.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hey, you're gonna drop me off here. I cannot go out, you know.
Huh?
How am I gonna go out? I'm not allowed to be in here.
Okay,
Especially now with the camera.
No, because I have to go somewhere.
Okay. So somebody will send me?
Yes, I'll
Alright.
have something to say.
Okay, excellent.
So done.
Okay, so thank you for spending time with us today. And kita tak dapat nak korek apa-apa rahsia pada Encik Azlan hari ni. Tapi apa pun ada banyak juga kan kereta menarik yang akan datang kan.
Oh, definitely. I think the Proton journey in particular will be very interesting. Banyak benda akan datang ni amat menarik sekali lah.
Okay.
I wish I can tell you. Tapi we will have something for everyone. Yeah. And it's going to be a very interesting journey.
X50 bila tu X50? Just trying to get him to travel. Okay. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Kalau awak suka video ni, tolong tekan butang like dan subscribe to our channel, and of course press the bell button so that when we upload a new video, and you can watch it immediately. Bye bye to Encik Azlan.
Okay, thank you very much, and I'll see you again next time.